Here at DevTeam, we use cloud solutions for all of our projects unless we have some client-specific restrictions. And actually all of our clients want us to use cloud solutions and services anyway, like Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. So what is it about those services that makes them so popular and everybody wants to jump on this train? So there are many points, but I will probably underline only the most significant of them, and the most significant one is the cost savings benefits. And when we talk about cost savings benefits, we have to break it down on three separated points, like upfront cost savings on the maintenance of your infrastructure, and cost of the infrastructure over a long period of time. Actually, when we talk about last point, over a long cost of your infrastructure over a long period of time, that's where on-premises infrastructure costs less because you paid for it only once when you purchase it. And when it comes to cloud services, you have to pay for this bill that comes every month. But most, like in 9 out of 10 cases, 70% of those costs is a maintenance. And when it comes to maintenance, that's where cloud infrastructure and services shine. Again, in 9 out of 10 cases. There are some exceptions, but they are pretty rare. So if you combine all of those 3 points, all the savings that you get from maintenance usually significantly higher than other expenses. Second point that I have to underline is scalability. It's extremely difficult to set up on-premises infrastructure that will be able to scale as easy as your cloud solution. And in cloud solution, you can scale it only you can scale it on demand and for the most unpredictable load. So let's say once a year or a couple of times per year you have some sales event, or like Christmas, other types of holidays, when you need your servers to be able to handle higher load, like 5 times, 10 times higher load. You don't have to pre-purchase like 10 times more expensive infrastructure. You can just scale it for one day and then scale it down, and then again for the rest of the year, for the most of the parts of the year, paying this significantly lower bill for load that you actually need. Last and very important point too, it's out-of-box solutions that cloud services provide. For example, just as one example, you need to implement WebSocket connections between your solutions. So instead of implementing and reinventing the wheel and implementing again and again the same repetitive task and wasting your time of software engineers and money, you can just deploy, for example, if we go with Azure, Microsoft Azure SignalR Web Server. This way you will get out-of-box ready functionality that just works and well tested by others, developers, and by Microsoft themselves. And of course, there are some cases when it still makes sense to go with on-premises infrastructure over the cloud. For example, when you have some extremely strict security restrictions, like let's say you're working with the governmental data or medical data. In those cases, you may not even have an option to go with the cloud, sorry. Also, maybe if you want to have full control of your solutions, then cloud solutions sometimes provide some restricted control, like for example, DynamoDB for MongoDB. Not the best option, probably not the best example, but still. And in some cases, you may want still to go with it on premises, because if you don't have a lot of maintenance, then you won't save a lot of money on the cloud, and you will actually, over a long period of time, you will actually save money on your on-premises cluster. So here at DevTeam, we can help you to develop cost containment strategy that will work for you. We will decide if it doesn't actually make sense for you to go with cloud, or you're one of those exceptions where it's better to still keep your infrastructure on premises. We can help you to deploy your new cluster in cloud or migrate existing from on-premises, or vice versa. We actually have done this once, like when we needed to migrate huge cloud cluster back on premises. Because of this particular case, not a lot of maintenance and huge long-term costs. If you have such type of task, connect with me on social media, contact me any other possible way, and I'm sure I will find some ways to help you.